YouTube, welcome back to another episode. I say another episode. Mini cut series slash fat loss phase now. Can't really call it a mini series. I can't really change the name though. I can't change now from mini cut series to fat loss phase series. I hope everyone is very, very well. It is Thursday, 10:15 a.m. I've just had my coffee. I've had some water. Bonnie's out there wanting to go for a little walk, so I'm going to need to get a little walk in after I've done all these videos. But we are now week 9. Yeah, week 9. If I can remember. Yeah, week 9. We are 9 kilos down. I say 9 kilos down. On the average, we're down 1.3 kilos from last week. On the average, it's a little bit different. From like my actual weight now, it's 92.8. But on average, if we're looking at the averages from last week, it's gone from 94.8 to 93.5. So I've been 2 days in the 92s. So it's flying, to be honest. I'm feeling a lot thinner. I thought I was lean at 101 and been looking at some photos. I'm like, fucking hell, I was a little bit tubby there. But this is why it's always good, because we don't really realize the position that we're in, like, until we actually look back. And I actually kind of relate to a lot of my clients when they say that, like, oh my God, and Lydia's a good example. Lydia is a client. She said, I didn't really think I was that bad before, but now how much I've got in shape and lost a stone, I look at the difference. It's incredible. It's a bit like me sometimes, when now I look at the back and go, fucking hell, I didn't think I was that tubby compared to what I am now. But yeah, 9 kilos down, 9 weeks. I don't know how people spend so much time in a fat loss phase. Like, I have never failed a fat loss phase. Never. It's not in my nature to fail. I have had clients in the past that like just can't do it, and I'm like, you're really, really overweight. We just got to find ways to do that. And I've done 9 weeks, 9 kilos, and this is how it should be, unless you've got a lot of body fat to lose. Some of my clients have. We've been in a fat loss phase for nearly over a year now. Max was a year and a bit. Fiona was a year and a half, nearly 2 years, year and a half. George has just been a year, but they've had a lot of body fat to lose. And I think, obviously, because I am a little bit more experienced, I went from 107 kilos to 87 kilos on my first photo shoot in 16 weeks. So that was 4 months. And I just think the quicker it is, the better it is. Obviously, the more advanced that you are, obviously, you understand it's going to be a bit more easier. But for me, you shouldn't be in a fat loss phase too long. It's catabolic, Obviously, you're going to actually be healthier. I'm not going to lie. You are going to be healthier. You're going to be leaner. You're going to be more insulin sensitive. But you shouldn't be spending so much time in a fat loss phase unless it's really, really needed. For me, I've got now a week and a half left, 2 weeks from my coach. Coach said 2 more weeks. He said on the check-in, you're going to stop hating me now. And I'm like, yeah, because I thought it was only 4 to 6. But it is what it is. I follow my coach. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with what he says, but I follow it anyway because I'm paying him to just do what I'm told. And he said, we're going to go that way, that way. There is obviously that one where he said end of November. And I did say, I went, mate, no, I'm not doing end of November. I'll do everything I need to for a certain period and just keep evaluating. And then he saw some of my photos. He was like, okay, you are a lot leaner than I thought from the first photo. This is why photos are so important. I'm happy to do it, but I'm not going for another 2 months, another 8 weeks. Well, no, I'm not doing another. That's a proper fat loss phase. I'm not trying to get lean into a photo shoot. But anyway, so we've got 2 more weeks. Probably get into the 91s. I'll probably knock off 10 kilos and then we're going to build back up again. It looks like I'm going to knock off 10 kilos by the end of it. So we'll be doing 10, 11 weeks of fat loss. Cardio is now 130 minutes. Steps are staying the same. Food has been brought down to 2,290. So we're knocking off 100 calories. Now I'm just losing very quickly. It's interesting as well because obviously he said last week I lost 0.9 kilos. He was like, oh, that's a bit quick. Here's a refeed. I've lost 1.3 kilos. He's going, okay, cool. We're going to add more cardio and take more food away. But again, you just follow the way it is. There's no perfect way of doing it. I went to my friend's 30th, had 3 bottles of beer, had some pizza, still dropped down into the 93s and 92s back in. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lean. I'm feeling a bit cold because I'm not filling out the t-shirts as much, but I can't wait just to start fueling back up because training has been taking a bit of a hit. Training hasn't been as fun, for sure. Like more food, more fuel, more enjoyment, more personal bests. Like I still have been training really hard. It's just, I had that refeed last week and my leg session just felt amazing. I just had the best leg day I've ever, like, I've been dreading leg days. I know it's more mental more than anything, but yeah, we've got 2 more weeks, and I cannot wait just to push food back up. And, you know, I'm 92 kilos, 2,200 calories, 2,300 calories, 130 minutes of cardio. It's very moderate, to be honest, like very low. I've had to change my routine a bit. I've just done 40 minutes of cardio this morning. Going to do 40 minutes on Tuesday next week. Going to be doing 10 minutes tomorrow, 20 minutes on Monday, and 10 minutes on Wednesday. So I'm adding up to 130. And that's it, really. And then 2 weeks, and then we're going to push back up. Been looking at maybe peptides. So there's been a big thing about peptides. What's the word? Now everyone's talking about peptides. And I've been talking to my coach about peptides. You know, there's fors and against. You know, there are still no human trials on a lot of them. But, you know, there seems to be, like, pretty good stuff that what people are experiencing. He had recommended SLU-PP332, which is an oral, for fat loss. So I'm going to be talking to him a little bit about, you know, maybe muscle gain more than anything. If there's anything that could help muscle growth or anything like that. So I'm going to have a bit of a deep dive into peptides, and I want to document that as well, because I'm not actually on anything at the moment. I'm an injectable L-carnitine. I haven't even used any yohimbine. So yohimbine is a fat loss agent, which I used in my bodybuilding show. So I use it for my fasted cardio, which helps burn more body fat. It's like a natural supplement, but it's illegal in the UK. It's weird. So I actually haven't done that. I was thinking of maybe adding that in, but I've had no reason to do so. I've been absolutely sound doing it without it. But peptides is something I would like to play around with, but I also got to make sure it doesn't mess up with my sex hormones, which it doesn't. Because obviously, trying to have a baby. So that's why I'm not taking PEDs as well, because obviously it messes up with sex hormones. So there's no point taking performance enhancement drugs, but peptides is a bit different. So I might be experiencing that. Naomi's off to Egypt next week, so I've got the house to myself. And then I'm going to have no one nagging. I'm going to have no one nagging at me. And then I'm just going to do things in my own accord, which I normally do anyway, but it's nice to have a bit of a break. Bit of me time, and then where's Bonnie? Oh, she's not there. So yeah, cardio 130 minutes. Had to change my routine a bit. You know, I had to add an extra 10 minutes here. I got upper with Fran tomorrow, legs on Saturday, Sunday chill out. Not doing anything in terms of going out at the weekend. Maybe go for some break. Oh, we're going for breakfast for Naomi's stepdad's birthday on Sunday. And then, yeah, she's off to Egypt on Monday. So I'm going to have a full week of just getting into it. And then, yeah, should be all good. Peak Physique starts in a couple of weeks. And the payment stuff goes out next week, which should be fun. And then, yeah, everything's been going. I've started posting on TikTok a little bit more now. I'm not really putting too much effort into it. I'm just posting. Like, it's one of those platforms I really don't really care. I'm just posting anyway. Not putting too much effort into it, but it's a bit of fun as well. So 130 minutes cardio, 2,290 calories, 10 to 11,000 steps per day. Food's been on point. Just reducing all that I do is I reduce my carbs, and I've reduced a bit of protein and a bit of fats. It's literally my meals are exactly the same. I'm just reducing a bit of what I'm having in it. So chicken sausages for lunch. But anyway, that's my update for the mini cut / fat loss phase. And you can do it, guys. It's not hard. Fat loss, once you dial in and lock in, you can still be social. You can still do all this stuff. Don't tell anyone. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. If you're doing a photo shoot, of course, you've got to be a lot more careful. But 9 kilos in 9 weeks, 101 kilos to 92 kilos. And I haven't really pushed that far. And I've had loads of socials and 2 weekends away. People that say you can't do it, wind me up. Anyway, I'm off in a bit.